to Kids Corner. Now, do you remember the last time in the story of Joseph? We left him in prison, and we're going to rejoin his story. So let's find out what happened.
When Joseph was in prison, God was still with Joseph. God had the prison warden, the man who was in charge of the prison, be pleased with Joseph. And the prison warden put Joseph in charge of the administrative affairs of those held in prison. And after making Joseph responsible, the warden paid no more attention because Joseph was so successful at what he did. Time passed. The king of Egypt, the Pharaoh, became so angry with his chief cupbearer and his chief baker that he put them in the custody of the captain of the guard in the same prison that Joseph was. Now, since both of these people were called chief, it meant more than an ordinary cupbearer or baker. These people were high officials of the Pharaoh. They were both assigned to Joseph, and he attended them. After both of these men had been there a while, Joseph had noticed one morning they were quite dejected or sad, and he asked them why. And they told him that they both had dreams, but there was nobody around to interpret them. Joseph said to them, "Does not interpretation belong to God? Tell me your dreams." So the chief cupbearer told Joseph about his dream, where he saw a vine in front of him, and the vine had 3 branches. And as soon as the branches budded and ripened and blossomed, and the clusters ripened into grapes, the Pharaoh's cup was in his hand. And he took the grapes and he squeezed them and put them into the Pharaoh's cup, and the cup into the Pharaoh's hand. Joseph told him that there were 3 branches, and that meant 3 days. And within 3 days, the Pharaoh will restore you to your position, and you once again will put the cup in his hand. When all goes well with you, please remember me and show kindness by mentioning me to the Pharaoh and help me get out of this prison. The baker thought this went well for his friend, and he said, "Let me tell you my dream. On my head I have 3 baskets of bread, and in the top basket were all kinds of baked goods for the Pharaoh. But the birds were eating them out of my basket." Joseph said, "The 3 baskets mean 3 days, but the Pharaoh is going to have you hanged from a tree, and the birds will come to eat your flesh." 3 days passed, and it was the Pharaoh's birthday. He had a big feast and brought the 2 men to it in the presence of all his officials, and did what Joseph said, gave one his job back, and the other he had hanged. But the chief cupbearer forgot all about Joseph.
And so we have another chapter in Joseph's adventures. And again, dreams feature. So do you remember the first story of Joseph? And he had dreams about the sun and moon, stars bowing down to him, and his brother sees the grain bowing down to him. But now he is interpreting dreams of others. And there's about 20 different times that God has sent messages in the Bible through dreams. We'll have to wait for the next installment about Joseph's story to see if dreams continue to be a big part of his adventures. Shall we have a little prayer? If you could bow your heads and repeat after me. Loving God, thank you for being with us. Help me and those I love remain safe. Help me to be kind to others and look after your world. Amen. And we'll see you next time at Kids Corner.